There are chaos in the DCP party. In fact, there's an eruption that's just going to occur in a few days to come. Ladies and gentlemen, what do I mean by that? There are signs that the DCP party members do not trust Cleophas Malala, the former Secretary General of the UDA party and a close associate of Rigathi Gachagua. Now, ladies and gentlemen, some of you could be wondering, where did I get this information? I woke up in the morning today, went to social media, to be particular, X, to look at what the honorable members of this country are saying about the political affairs of this nation. And I came across a tweet by Honorable Njeri Maina, who is the Kirinyaga women rep and a very close associate of Rigathi Gachagua and a strong supporter of the DCP party. And this is what she had to say. And in her tweet, she was addressing Honorable Cleophas Malala. And this is what she had to say. And I read, I am aware that yesterday between 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., you met a section of MCAs allied to Governor Anne Waiguru from Kirinyaga County at Golden Palm Kennel. I'm also aware that the agenda was to create a splinter group to fight His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, EGH, foot soldiers in the county. You facilitated the MCAs in attendance with cash 20,000 shillings. Monies you obtained from persons who seek to derail the agenda of the people and the united alternative government. I do not know what personal vendetta you have with leaders supporting His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, and I want to say this publicly so that it is on record. You are aware that we have had private meetings over this issue, so excuse my lack of discretion on this as you've now crossed the Rubicon. So bring it on. You shall face off with me where the rubber meets the road. In case you forgot, where I come from, we milk lions while seated on porcupines. I shall treat you with the contempt you deserve going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, Honorable Njeri Maina is warning Cleophas Malala. And from the tweet, you can tell that they have been having private meetings which they have registered their doubts on the loyalty of Cleophas Malala. So this time around, she decided to tweet and bring it in public, meaning that things are not the same again. Let me take this opportunity to tell you that I am one of the people who do not trust Cleophas Malala. And I have reasons for that. First of all, let's ask ourselves, who is Cleophas Malala? He became an MCA for one term. Then he became a senator. Just that, very fast. Then in 2022, he went for the gubernatorial race. This gentleman, he was used by William Ruto to bring down the Amani National Congress Party. He also tried to finish Ford Kenya. Then, miraculously, there were no proper reasons as to why he was kicked out of the UDA party. But he alleged it is because of his closeness to Rigathi Gachagua. Also, to add it on top, it's very clear that the house built back in 2022, allegedly, it was built by the money that was given to him by the UDA party. And actually, Oscar Sudi came out and said it publicly. And Cleophas Malala has never come out to object or maybe to reject such kind of allegations. Why am I giving you all these details? It's because Cleophas Malala's history shows very well that it's not a man you can trust. When it comes to money, it's not a man you can rely on as a presidential candidate. And we have always registered it. I don't know why is it that as the common man you could see that, but you could not see it from other leaders like now Rigathi Gachagua could not tell this is not a man I should trust that fast. In a nutshell, Cleophas Malala is a party breaker. So right now, they have worked with Rigathi Gachagua to a certain extent, and he can make a simple decision to bring down the DCP party. So if Rigathi Gachagua is not very careful, Cleophas Malala will bring down the DCP party. But what will happen if he decides today to quit the DCP party, join back to William Ruto's side, or probably try to join other people? One thing I feel strongly that will happen is that Cleophas Malala will be able to do one simple thing: create a perception that DCP is finished. Rigathi Gachagua does not have any ally so far. And that will weaken the perception, the positive perception that the public has in relation to Rigathi Gachagua's political ability. Secondly, when it comes to Western Kenya, This is the region that Rigathi Gachagua depends on most. So Cleophas Malala was the main entry to Western Kenya. So if he quits the DCP party today, there's a likelihood that now there'll be a perception that Rigathi Gachagua does not have allies from Western Kenya, and that the DCP party has remained purely a Mount Kenya party. Another thing you need to know is this. Cleophas Malala is an orator. As much as we can say that he's not a loyalist, he's also an orator who can be able to campaign and campaign seriously. So in a scenario where Cleophas Malala is not with Rigathi Gachagua, there is a likelihood that Rigathi Gachagua will be weaker than he was. Why? He has lost an orator, just like William Ruto lost Rigathi Gachagua. So in a nutshell, this is a person who is in a position right now to bring down the DCP party. It is my appeal to Rigathi Gachagua to make a decision as soon as possible, and there's no other alternative other than kicking him out of the party and establishing the structures of the party as soon as possible. Do not wait to see Cleophas Malala play his game, reach the end, and start executing his plan. That will completely finish DCP and impact negatively on Rigathi Gachagua's political ability. I don't know what is your take, ladies and gentlemen, but you can be able to share with me on the comment section here. Based on your observation, what do you think Cleophas Malala is capable of? Do you think Rigathi Gachagua should trust him, or you should just get rid of him? Do you as an individual trust Cleophas Malala, or you are just like me also, who do not trust Cleophas Malala at all? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, but engage me in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe. That's how this channel gets to grow. Thank you so much for watching. We are at Humphreys Hill House. Keep coming here and enjoy the sceneries in the Gusii region. See you next time.
Welcome to Humphreys Hill House. Humphreys is a boutique hotel located on Kionganyo Hill in Kisii town. We are just 2 kilometers off Kisii CBD. And the hill itself, Kionganyo, is culturally significant among Aba Gusii people. This is where our prophet Sakawa stood and prophesied that Getembe, which is Kisii town, will come up. And several other cultural activities used to happen on this hill, which included Ribina dance, where women met and danced and prayed for rains. Young men fought wars about marriage in this hill. So the hill is very significant. And therefore, in the design concept for this hotel, we have done what we call a hotel within a museum, where we have tried to collect, document, and preserve a lot of Kisii culture. So right from the gate as you come in, you'll see pieces of soapstone, the reception in our gift shop. Each of our rooms has a piece of soapstone that explains about some cultural event or activity. You go to our common spaces, whether it's in the bar, whether it's in the restaurant, there are carvings displayed all over, which have cultural stories and those kind of things. And then at the back side of the main building, we have developed a Gusii homestead, the authentic Gusii homestead with all the traditional huts. And this is where we want culture to be experienced as it was in those days. So the buildings have been done how they were supposed to be. The activities can be carried out. There are indigenous trees there. There are free-range chicken that are running all over. And it's a nice setup if you want to hold traditional weddings and traditional activities. Then next to it, we have an amphitheater that has a capacity of around 250 people, where, again, performances, both cultural and meetings and conferences can happen. As we endeavor to support the community and preserve the culture that we so wish it doesn't disappear. All in all, you're welcome to Humphreys, and we hope you'll be able to get an experience of the Gusii culture. Thank you very much.